Robert Saleh didn't lose the team. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers undercut this man by not coming to mandatory minicamp. And we heard the mumbles. We heard people outside saying how that looked because mandatory. Well, I think they just stick a gate, they stick, then they put that word mandatory. Mandatory has always meant the same thing, Fox. You know what mandatory means. They have one of those where you are required. The others are voluntary. We know what voluntary means. We know what mandatory means. The moment that Aaron Rodgers did that, Robert Saleh had no control because the guys are looking at him. This guy's supposed to be our leader. This is the guy that we're supposed to count on. Hold on, you mean to tell me? Because I don't want to hear nothing about Nathaniel Hackett because you never gave Mike McCarthy the credit. You like Aaron Rodgers is winning these games in spite of McCarthy, and you gave a little credit. So, boy, this is a bad look on Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, Shannon Sharpe, I hear what you are doing by holding Aaron Rodgers accountable on First Take. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about what the Jets didn't tell you about Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh was fired 5 games into the season as the Jets currently have a 2-3 record. Remember, those 5 games were supposed to be the easy stretch of the schedule for the Jets in 2024. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So here it is. Did Robert Saleh deserve to get fired by the Jets? I'm going to say yes on this. I don't like the timing of this decision, but I absolutely understand the decision to fire Robert Saleh. In fact, I'm wondering why the New York Jets didn't fire Robert Saleh after last season. Robert Saleh went 4-13 in his first year as a head coach. Then he went 7-10 in his second year, and then the third year he went 7-10. Very rare in the NFL does a head coach last more than 3 seasons while losing at least 10 games in each of his first 3 seasons. The New York Jets have been overly patient with Robert Saleh at the head coach position. And look, this is coming from a guy that supported Robert Saleh during the 2021 head coaching cycle. I said at the time Robert Saleh was a good hire for the New York Jets, and no doubt Robert Saleh did some good things on the Jets, and that the general manager of the Jets definitely did not leave Robert Saleh with enough talent on offense. However, the NFL stands for not for long, and Robert Saleh was clearly getting too long of a leash. I don't believe the New York Jets fired Robert Saleh for performance-related reasons. I believe Robert Saleh got fired because Aaron Rodgers asked Robert Saleh to get fired. Aaron Rodgers went up to ownership and demanded that Robert Saleh be fired by the organization. I know Aaron Rodgers and his camp are going to deny all of those rumors, but I believe those rumors because I saw Aaron Rodgers show that kind of pattern on the Green Bay Packers. I saw he asked the Packers to fire a Super Bowl champion head coach in Mike McCarthy in 2018. That's why everybody was trashing Aaron Rodgers at the time. Now, of course, all of that was forgiven because it's not exactly like Mike McCarthy is a great coach in today's NFL, and it also helped that Aaron Rodgers won 2 MVPs after getting Mike McCarthy fired. So you know what? Nobody cared that he did Mike McCarthy dirty. He already showed this kind of behavior once. So the fact that we are hearing about these rumors again, it shows that Aaron Rodgers has a trend of getting coaches fired. There's a reason why people call Aaron Rodgers a diva, and it is because he pulls off crap like this. I used to be a huge Aaron Rodgers fan growing up as a kid. Aaron Rodgers used to be my favorite football player, but Aaron Rodgers in 2024 has become one of the most unrootable players in the NFL, and it's because he constantly tries to run the show like he is the player, coach, and GM all at once. He might as well become the owner of the New York Jets because he is making all the calls in the organization, and Robert Saleh got fired as a result of that. I also want to show you guys this clip of Robert Saleh talking about the New York Jets having to fix their issues. I found it interesting how he kept saying we, when in fact Robert Saleh was the reason why he ended up getting himself fired. Roll the film.
I'm not worried offensively. I'm not worried defensively. We'll get it fixed.
We? We?
Yeah, that did not age well whatsoever for Robert Saleh. Obviously, Robert Saleh kept saying we when Aaron Rodgers did not feel like Robert Saleh should be a part of the organization. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers felt like there was a rift between him and Robert Saleh. He believed that Robert Saleh was holding the team back. I can't necessarily blame Aaron Rodgers for thinking that, although I don't really accept that kind of behavior from any player whatsoever. I believe Aaron Rodgers should have been more professional about his relationship with Robert Saleh. I also want to show you guys this clip of Aaron Rodgers getting on Robert Saleh for his comments about hard cadences in the huddle, how the New York Jets kept getting false starts against the Denver Broncos. Obviously, Robert Saleh felt like the New York Jets need to change the way how they did those cadence snaps, while Aaron Rodgers felt like those players needed to be held accountable. Roll the film.
The cadence specifically, Robert said that might be something you guys have to dial back a little bit. Is that something you think could potentially help the situation?
It's one way to do it. The other way is hold them accountable. I mean, we haven't had an issue. We've had one false start. Morgan had one false start, I believe, until this. So, you know, it's been a weapon. We use it every day in practice. We don't, you know, we rarely have a false start. And to have, I don't know, 5 today, it seemed like, 4 or 5. Yeah, it seems like an outlier. I don't know if we need to make mass changes based on, you know, kind of an outlier game.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Well, that's not something you see every day. Usually the quarterback and head coach, when they disagree, they like to resolve those issues in private. Not Aaron Rodgers, though. Aaron Rodgers called out Robert Saleh in the media, and he basically trashed the concept of coaching for Robert Saleh. Obviously, the New York Jets listened to Aaron Rodgers and got Robert Saleh fired. As far as what the New York Jets didn't tell you about Robert Saleh, they're not telling you that this was not an organizational decision. This was an Aaron Rodgers decision. There's no way that Aaron Rodgers did not consult with the New York Jets before getting this man fired. Why else do you think security removed Robert Saleh from the organization? He didn't even get to say a goodbye to his players. He basically walked into the office. Woody Johnson, the owner of the New York Jets, called him up to his office, then effectively fired him. And then before you know it, they had security bring Robert Saleh out. It's pretty clear Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh had a fractured relationship. That's why Aaron Rodgers shoved Robert Saleh on the sidelines when Robert Saleh was trying to give Aaron Rodgers a hug. Of course, Aaron Rodgers comes up with some bogus excuse of saying, oh, I'm not much of a hugger, when in reality, he was just trying to get Robert Saleh to stop touching him. He clearly did not like Robert Saleh whatsoever from day one. And naming Jeff Ulbrich, the interim head coach, is an absolute joke. But at least they didn't name Nathaniel Hackett the interim head coach, because you might as well have named Aaron Rodgers the interim head coach if that was the case. Obviously, Nathaniel Hackett was on the hot seat as an offensive coordinator. Robert Saleh talked about firing the offensive coordinator, but Aaron Rodgers said, screw that. I'm not going to get my friend fired, which means I'm going to have to fire you. It really doesn't require a deep analysis of the situation. It's pretty obvious why Robert Saleh got fired by the New York Jets, and you can thank Aaron Rodgers for that. So that is why Robert Saleh deserved to get fired by the Jets, although I did not like the way how the Jets handled the firing of Robert Saleh. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @DustinNashTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNashTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.